Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're going to be working on our Selene Moon Goddess journal. Hopefully we're getting this little beauty finished today. I've done some preparation on some of the pieces of ephemera to go in here. So with any luck, we'll get it all done. I didn't even know if I'd get in here before I went away for the weekend. But I've got a little window. Now the days are getting longer. I've got a little window this evening that I thought I could just try and get this finished before then, so we can then move on to the next one. So let's just dive in and just see where we are. So I think the front part is pretty much done, I think. Yeah, we did finish that last time. So we're working on the back half now. And so we did put this journal card in behind this pocket. And we've just got something we need to do. Just put those aside. Got something to go in here and something to go in this side tuck. So I did make this card, was it? Or no, that's the back. That's the back, that's the writing side. This is the side. It's a piece of scrapbook paper I had, and I thought the colour would really work quite well here. And I thought that would go in there rather nicely. So I'm going to keep this one quite simple. Pulled out one of those butterflies, and I thought that looks lovely on there, but it looks a bit lonesome. Well, it looks a little bit like it needs something else. So I found this beautiful piece of vintage lace in a pack I bought recently. And I thought, that's enough. It's just so beautiful, this lace. And that was that. I think that's the, I don't know if I cut it down. Can't remember if I've got any more, if that's just it. But I just put it on there with the butterfly, and I thought, yeah, that's it. That's all it needs. So that's happening. So I might just, I've just got to check which way round this is supposed to go. I don't know for sure which way this goes, to be honest. It's hard to tell sometimes with these really lovely things. They're so beautifully finished on the back, you can't really tell one side from the other. I think this is the front. Doesn't really matter which way round it goes. Could do it that way, I suppose. No, it looks upside down now. So yeah. So I'm just going to turn it upside down. Put a few little bits. I thought I'll put a bit of glue on here rather than just generally wafting glue all over the place. I'm going to just dab a few bits of glue on the lace. Okay, managed to get enough. Started to flow in the end. And I think it needs to go this way, doesn't it? Sliding about, making gluey spots everywhere. Right. Do a bit of dabbing. So I hope you're all well and enjoying some nice spring weather at the moment. It's really beautiful at the moment. In most of the country, I think. Although there is a bit of a chilly wind when you go out in it. But very nice from inside. So I'm just going to pop that on there. So yeah, so I had earlier today I had my spring booster for COVID. It's always good. Get that one done. Couldn't believe it was coming round again already. Right, just going to pop that on there. So I have a ridiculously busy couple of months coming up, which I will talk about bit by bit as time goes on. But yeah, there's a lot coming up, and I don't know how the filming situation will go. After this weekend, the next big thing, which I am not looking forward to at all, I've got jury service. So that'll be for 2 weeks. No idea how much of that time I will spend being in a jewellery and how much I'll be spend hanging around twiddling my thumbs or reading a book, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it at all. But it has to be done, you can't say no. When they call you up, they call you up, and that's it. Right, so that's going in there. Didn't think I'd need a tab because you can see enough of it to pull it out, and I think that's fine. So that's in there and that's in there. And I like that pop of green, picks up the green here and the green here, so it works really well. And then we had this tag. What's this bit hanging off the bottom here? It needs trimming. That's all about. So yeah, so this tag just needs a bit of decorating. Pulled out a couple of things. Again, keeping it fairly simple. Got a nice piece of book page already inked. And I thought I'd put this piece on from my Indian fabrics that I had. I just thought I'd pop that there because I thought it was rather exotic and I really liked it. And then just to go across the bottom here, I'm just going to put that little piece there. That's it, really. That's all I'm going to do. So I'll just glue these on. In all this preparation, it did take me quite a while to put all these things together, so I thought, let's just do it. Just put them together in the video, but it would have been at least another 2 videos worth if I'd spent time doing all my choosing and sorting through. So I'm going to put this here, hoping that the glue won't show through on the green. I've got to put a little bit of glue behind the green just to hold it down. Maybe I'll just put tiny little, that was not tiny, tiny little dabs. See how that looks. A bit more in the middle. See how that. So again, we've got green, other greens on here, so I thought we could get away with the green. And I've been wanting to use it, and I didn't really want to cut the lovely green off because it would. That's all part of what makes it pop. Not sure about this piece now. Wondering whether to go for a piece of washi tape. I don't know. I think what it needs actually something, a little bit of gold, maybe. I think I might just leave it, you know. Don't think that works anymore. And this is just so kind of a presence on its own. I think it might be fine as it is. And we'll pop that. So I don't really want that to glue down a bit so it doesn't catch too much on the pocket. And I'll slide that in like that. There we are. Got that in. And then the next lot, bits and pieces, a whole pile of stuff. Sometimes when you go back and look at what you've put together, you're not sure if you like it. We'll see. So to go in here, I've got this piece, which was some of my jelly print, and I thought I'd put that in there. I think I'd like to round the corners on here, I think. Maybe I'll do the fancy corners. This one, I think, is the nice one. Yeah. It's just made with a piece of, I think, some book page behind there, and I've just backed it with some of the kit for the writing. And I decided I quite rather like this piece on here. Don't really know why. It's a bit different, but I thought against the green it looked quite good. And then I've got this piece from the kit, and I can't remember what I was planning to do with this piece. I'm not sure about it now. I just rather like it, but I don't know if it's going to work there. Will that go there? Maybe along the bottom. Don't know. I'm going to glue these on and see. That's what happens sometimes. You put these things together and think, oh yeah, I like that. And then if you don't actually stick it down straight away, don't really know what you were planning. Now which way round does this go? I've got to make sure I get this to go in the right way. Is it going to go in this way, vertically? I think it is. It's a bit bent, that's why it's not going in very easily, but it will go in. Yes, it is going in there. I like that. So, put this on. Trim this down a little bit, I think. So I've got to trim off this bit of fraying, just because it's a bit wide. Yeah, I may still have to trim off the corners a little bit. That's fine. Alright, I think I've got most of that caught down. There we are. Right, so put this piece on, and then I'm going to put this piece here. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it that way, because that's the right way up. I don't really want to chop those corners off, but I think I need to, because they're going to just catch. I don't think it takes away too much from it. Now, do I want this somewhere? Just have that bit of pretty edging. Do I? Yes, I do. Because that'll be the bit that sticks out a little bit. Okay. Just have that right on the edge. There we are. And let's glue this on. yeah, so we're off in a couple of days, off to our usual trip to Norfolk back this time of year, visit our friends, although we always stay in a different place each time we go. We never like to stay in the same place twice, even if we're going to the same area. I know there's a lot of people who do like to go back to the same place when they go on holiday. And often we say, if we go somewhere, oh, it's so lovely here, let's come here again. But we never do. There's always somewhere else we want to visit. So, but because the Norfolk trips are as much to visit our friends as anything else, we could stay with them, I'm sure if we asked, but I think we're all happiest with our own space, really. We like spending time together, but I think everybody wants to have their own place to spend the night and do things in our own time. I think it comes with getting older. You're a bit set in your ways, really, aren't you? Right, so that's that one, and that can go. Can go in here. Whoops, in here. It's going in. Yes, it is. It's going in. Whoop. Don't want that to come off. Oh, okay. Oh, my pocket's coming a bit unglued. Poor Selena. She's coming unstuck. Alright. Maybe I should take this out for a minute, let that dry. Yeah. Right, and I thought this looked a little bare here. And I've got my lovely snippet roll, haven't I? So I'm thinking I'd like to put that there. And then I also wanted to put on here one of the lanterns. And I have gone over it with, I think I heat embossed this with some gold tinsel, I call it. Gold tinsel embossing powder. So it's got that glittery look. And I think I'm going to pop that right there. And that just kind of, but it looks a little plain, this page, otherwise, I thought. It just gives it a little bit more interest. So now I'm just going to put this whole length of snippet roll along that side. I don't know why it's curving. Oh well, doesn't matter. It'll fit. Some blue thread stuck to my finger. I could not shift it. Right. So I think it needs to go this way up because that's the way it curves. Curves around. Like that. That's okay. I think that's really pretty. I'm going to put him on here as well. And then this page looks a lot more finished. There. Just adding bits of decoration here and there. You could go on adding forever, couldn't you, really? Right, so I've got another piece of snippet roll to go on this side, I think. I think that's all I wanted to do here. So I'd already put this in the pocket, that's the little booklet, in the last video. And this journal card, which has been backed as well, has gone in there. And I'm just going to, I think, pop that down there. Yeah, that's going to go down there. I know we've got 2 pages running. Don't think I've got anything else I want to put on here. Unless I did cut this one out. Another one from the Moon Goddess. And actually I'm wondering if she'd look rather nice up here. Maybe there. Kind of like her there. I wanted to use her somewhere. So she's going on there. I haven't glittered her up or anything. I'm not going to do it to everything, just now and again. Get too much otherwise, can't it? Can't it? I think. Maybe. There we are. Just going to pop her on there. I'm going to hang fire on this in case I don't need it all. I might just do a bit of it. So I'll hang fire on that in case I've got... If I find somewhere else I could put it, then I can cut a piece off. But if not, I'll put the whole thing on. Okay, so we have got in here, I can't remember which tags I used where in the last video, but I'm putting these 2 tags in here, in this pocket that was kind of made as part of the journal. And then I thought, I've got this little possible journal card or whatever you want to make it, and I thought I'd make that into a little pocket here, because this was looking a bit bare. It looked like it needed something. So I'm making that into a pocket, and then I've got a tag to go in that. So I'm going to just glue that on now. So I have backed it, made it nice and sturdy onto some, I think some card. Never sure, you know, these sort of things can be used for so many different things. I'd wait to see where it needed to go before I backed it or decided what I needed to do with it. But I thought it would make a nice little pocket on here. You can see that. Because this space looked a bit bare. Okay. And then I won't put it in yet because this has got to dry. But I've got this tag just to pop in here. And then we had, to go in here, I'd got one of these tool tags. And I just need to do some decorating on that one. So this was something, I forgot to do it when I was going through, so I've only just put a few bits together, so they're not quite fully ready, but so it needs inking. So let's just do a quick bit of inking. Oh, I can't even speak. Bit of inking. Just around this is a piece of German. I just want to put my pin in here before I go any further, if I can see it. Right. I'll just go around here with some walnut stain. And I've got another piece of nice vintage music paper here as well. Just go around that. So I'm going to put that on, put that behind it. Actually, I think I could use a bit of glue stick for these. They're just paper on paper, aren't they? So glue. I think I was going to put that. No, I was going to put that. Which way round were they going to do it? No, nudie paper's going underneath. Oh gosh, such a simple thing. So I've got one of my lanterns. This is actually a purple one. Because there's quite a lot of purple in the background, I thought, well, I will use one of the purple ones. So I'll just decide which way I like it. Like that. Or like that. No, I think I like the book page on top. Okay. I can't even remember if that's what I planned, but that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I was telling you, so I've got this 2 weeks of jury service, which I'm really not looking forward to, but maybe it'll be okay. It's the sitting around and the early starts and stuff like that, travelling. It's going to be a long day, especially if I get involved in a case that takes a while. I really don't know. Partly it's the unknown as well. Don't know what's going to be involved. And you can't say no. You just have to do it. And then well, as long as I'm free to do it, but there will be a week in between, and then we're away for a weekend, a long weekend. And we're going up north, going up to Hexham, which is really right up in Northumberland, no, Cumbria, I think. Yeah, I've not been up there before for a long weekend because it's our anniversary weekend. So we always like to go away for our anniversary, so that's what we're going to do this year. Not that one. And then, first week of June, well, it isn't the whole week, unfortunately, but we're away for the whole week. But the first few days of June, I'm going on a retreat. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I booked it before Christmas. It's, now I've got to decide which way up this goes. Yeah, I think that's right. Yes, I don't know if any of you have been watching the Rach and Bella Crafts collaboration that's been going on. They're doing a 100-day junk journaling ideas collaboration. Oh, no, didn't want to put that on yet. Wait, just pop that up. I want to put a little bit of this lovely vintage lace on here as well. So I'll just do that next. Got to concentrate. Yes, anyway, they're doing the collaboration. They do them quite often. I don't know, 2 or 3 a year. I'm not sure. They did a big Christmas one as well. Anyway, they run retreats. 3 retreats every year. And I have signed up for the summer one, which I'm very excited about because I've not been on one of these retreats before, not for junk journaling. I used to go on a few little scrapbooking retreats with some friends. I mean, we used to be a very small club for scrapbooking, and there'd be about 5 or 6 of us used to go away for a weekend and do some scrapbooking together. But this is on a whole different scale. And it's very exciting. And we're already all in contact with each other via WhatsApp, and everybody's been very welcoming because I think I'm probably the only one who's not been on one before, on one of these particular retreats before. Everybody seems to know each other, which I found a little bit daunting because I'm a bit shy. I'm not very good in big groups of people. When I first meet them, I tend to retreat and find it difficult to join in. But I think because we've got this WhatsApp group going, we're all going to get to know each other a bit before we go, which makes life a lot easier. I think it'd be lovely. They're all so friendly. Right, so this has got some glitter on it. I'm thinking I might add a little more. This time I didn't emboss it. I remembered I had this as another Cosmic Shimmer Cosmic Twinkles, and I use my twinkles quite often. But this is for gold. This is a gold twinkle. So I thought, I'm still not convinced I got this the right way up, but I'm not sure. But don't think it matters. So I thought I might add just a little more. So I've got it in the top part and this little pointy bit at the bottom. And I'm just going to put a little bit more on this bit that looks a bit, this goldy bit in the middle. Just kind of squeeze and spread it around a little bit, and it is a little bit easier and quicker than doing the embossing, but of course you have to let it dry. I've got a little bit down here. You can't really do anything too detailed because it's quite a blunt tip. It comes with a fine tip, but it's solid, so you have to cut it off. A bit daft, but anyway, this all looks fine. I think I need a bit more down here anyway. Look, little bare there. Right, so that's the. I'm not going to put any more on, but I think that looks nice. Just a little bit of gold, a bit of twinkle. I didn't realise that the cosmic twinkles come in different colours until I went to try and find some more of the one I already had, and ended up buying 2 or 3, I think. 3 different ones. Okay, so what I'd like to do as well is put something through this hole up here. So I've got a bit of this little turquoisey plain fabric, like a little cotton. So I've just torn it through, turn it to size. I thought I'd put it up the top like that. Put it like that, and then I think I'm going to try and put a little bit of glue and hope it's not going to seep because it's quite thin, this fabric. So just put this on fairly lightly, but it'll be okay because I'm going to put something else on top. Just pull it through. No, I've got it too far through now. I want the back piece to be a bit longer. That's better. I can always trim it if it's too long. And then I'll put some glue here. Like that. Maybe a bit tall. I might just trim it a touch. Let's just... Yeah, so we've just all made contact this weekend. It's all been happening. It's been very exciting, you know, getting to know all the people from this retreat, and we've all been given things to make before we go. So that's going to go on there like that. Probably should have left this a little bit longer after all, actually, but never mind. And I'm going to use this. So it's just a little piece, a little wax seal that I thought would be a finishing touch. It's a little on the large size for the spot, but I'm not too worried about that. I quite like the colour, and it can be, not going to be putting anything more through the hole, so it can be over the hole a little bit. So it's got on there. Right. Oop. I've got such gluey fingers now. Let's see how that looks. I've got to be careful because I've got some wet twinkles on there. And I'll just... Looks a lot better than it did anyway. A bit more interesting. So that's going to go in here. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there to dry. Should be able to pop this in here now. We've got a little bit of glue seepage here. That's it, I got it. Okay, so that's in there, that's good. I've got our one to go in here. This is already in here. So I was messing about trying to decide which tags to go in this pocket, in these 2 pockets. I think these are the ones I've ended up with. So I don't know if they're the ones I did in the video, but these are the ones I've got to go in here. And I just want a piece of, I've got a piece of this to pop on the pocket down there. So this is all about finishing touches really now, isn't it? I think that's what we're doing. And thank you for all your lovely comments on this journal, saying how much you enjoyed the colours and you've enjoyed the journal. I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed all these Moroccan style journals. They've all been a bit fun, a bit different, nice and colourful. And I'm quite sad to see it go. And I was thinking, you know, well, a week away last year inspired all this. Amazing, really. Oh, little sequins come off. Where did he go? Well, I'm going to just pop him back on here somewhere. There we are. You can go back on there. Whoop. There. Right, so where are we? Oh, we're nearly at the end. So this tag, I remember I did actually put in here. I didn't like it there. I think it looks better in the smaller pocket there. And in this one, I thought I'd just put some old ephemera. This is some Italian ephemera that I've had from Rachel, and I just folded it up, popped it in there, and I thought, well, actually, because I've got some old Italian ephemera up here, I've also got some on this journal card. I used it on here as well, so I thought it was rather fitting to have a piece of it in here as well. And I think, well, I don't know if I did this on camera, I think I may have done it off camera. I did this topper on here, this little bit of fabric, so it would go in and out this paper bag a bit more easily. And that is the back. So that is the journal, all done. Let's go and quick look through. So I can't put the tag in here yet because it's not dry. I'm just wondering. I just feel that's a little bit too much there. Now that I've put her up there, I'm going to cut a bit off and see if I can find a little home for it. So I think that looks better like that. So now I can put this on here. So have you guys ever been on a junk journaling retreat? Somewhere near you? Have you had to travel a long way? Or is it something you'd really love to do? Just not had the opportunity? I never thought I would get to go on one in this country because there are so few. And I knew that Rachel and Bella do retreats, but I thought they'd be sold up so fast I'd never get a chance to go on it. But sometimes you watch the right video at the right time, and I jumped on as soon as she had released the retreats. I was on it and booking my place. But I had to check with my husband because he's actually got to take me there. It's the other side of the country. We've got a bit of a journey. But what we've decided to do is we're going to stay nearby for the week. So I'll be there for 3 days, but we're going to spend the whole week in the area so he will have something nice to do as well. I'm wondering where to put that. Can I put that on there? A bit overloaded really now, isn't it? Let's find somewhere different. Let's put my journal card in here. It's a bit tricky to get it in, but it will go in. Maybe I've made it a little tall. I don't know. I think it's quite a tight space. Right, we're in. Okay, so I might could either put that there or on the pocket. Too small. Right up there. I might put it up there because there's a bit of black down here. Maybe that will balance it out a little. So that is just going to go, I'm going to put it further up, put it up there, there. There we are, that one there. That little piece has found a home. And we'll put this back in here. Right, okay. That's the journal pretty much finished. I will do a little flip through in a week or so when I get a chance to film it. And if I add any more bits, you'll see them. But I don't think I will need to. I'll think about a closure. It may need something just to pull it all together. It'll just be some sari silk or seam binding or something just wrapped around it. I'll probably see how it looks and see if it needs it. But yeah, she's done. Selena the Moon Goddess. Finally, her journal is finished, and she's quite a chunky, but she's been loads of fun to make. I've really enjoyed it. But next time we'll be moving on and working. Hopefully, I'll get to start working on the 1950s journal and putting it together, making the cover and that kind of thing. So we'll be doing that hopefully next week. Yeah, I hope to get some time. As I say, it's getting busier and busier over the next couple of months until that retreat's out of the way. I've got so much, and it's a case of fitting and filming in when I can, which I will want to do because I hate not filming. I hate not talking to you guys because you're the only people who talk my language. If I don't talk to you, I don't talk to anybody about journaling and that kind of thing. I love to do that. And I love to craft with you. I feel weird if I'm crafting on my own. So I do hope I will be able to keep up with the videos as best I can. I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.